In this video, I'm going to introduce a new set of verb endings that we'll be using for something called the passive voice. So far you've learned the active voice, and we're going to start learning the passive voice. And I will be explaining in class with you all exactly what passive is. So I really don't want you worrying about that. The point right now is to start seeing these new verb endings and to start getting familiar with them. So that's going to be our focus. And I'm looking at this chapter 30 story, Fire, that we started reading in class. And all the words in blue are the ones that have the new endings that we're looking at. So we're going to look at these one at a time and see what information we can figure out. And you've seen these before, so that is some of them at the top before. So I'm looking at this first one, imitabatur, and I'm seeing that the nominative, the subject, is magna vis, and since that is, what does vis mean? Yeah, that means like force or amount, so a great amount. And then I'm coming over here to this verb. If great amount is the subject, what person and number must tor be? Is that a first person, an I, a second person, a you, or a third person, a he, she, or it? Or one of those in the plural, we, you, all, or they? So hopefully you're thinking about this as being a third person. It's a thing, and it's a singular thing, force. So that means that this ending term must be third person singular. If I come down to the next set of examples, all of these have the same ending. So up here I had ter, and I'm looking here, and all of these are unter. And first of all, if you think about your active ending, what's the difference between when you use t and when you use nt? And kind of apply that same knowledge here, maybe you've already figured it out. So I'm seeing by the inhabitants everything, so that's that A ending, that's a neuter plural. And then I'm seeing infantes, es, a masculine plural. Infirmi, without long I, a masculine plural. Bona, a neuter plural. Kistai, a feminine plural. So all of these are things, so what person would that be? That's right, third person. And there are groups of things. It's not just one thing, it's everything. It's the babies, it's the sick people, it's the property, all the property, like all the goods. It's the chests. So this ending must be plural. And then I'm going to just scroll us down again a little further to something maybe you didn't get to in the story yet. Oh, here I see another untor, so that's that same third person plural ending I just had. And now I'm looking here at oprimini, and the subject of that is wos. What's wos? Yeah, that's you all. So mini must then be first, second, or third person if it's you. Yeah, that must be second person. And singular or plural? Plural, right, because two would be singular. So there I've got another ending for that one. And then I'm looking here at the next blue word, como weor, and I'm seeing that my subject is ego. What does ego mean? Yeah, I. So if the subject is I, this must be first person singular. And then as I keep on looking through my story, I'm going to have to go on to another page. Here I can see I've got como veris, that RIS being the ending. And so I'm trying to figure out who the subject of this verb is. And let's see. Said Kirk tu. Oh, what subject is tu? T-U-R. T-U rather. T. Let me think. Is that I? No. You. Oh, it's you. Singular or plural? Singular. So ris must be my second person singular ending. And then my last one, mer. For mer, oh, here's my subject, nos ipsi. Nos means we. What person and number is that? First person plural. So now between these things we've gotten all of the information. So now let's see if we can put that all into a chart. So I'm going to take this information that we have right here, and I'm going to say I want to build a chart where I'm going to have a singular and a plural, first person, second person, third person, and I want to put in these endings. And we just got second person singular, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And we also have first person plural. Okay, now I'm looking again at the stuff that was on the previous slide with the first part of the story, and I'm seeing this ter that I said was third person singular, so I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And then I've got that inter that we said was third person plural, so I'm also going to put that into my chart right here in third person plural, so in this box. And then I'm looking, oh, and I see that I have my mini is second person plural, so I can put that in here also, mini. And then I'm seeing that I've got, for my first person singular, the only one we haven't done yet, or, and I'm going to go ahead and put that into my chart as well. And I'm going to put the R in parentheses. I'll talk to you guys about that later. But you want to, when we're putting in the present, we will be using or, but the rest of the time we're just going to be using are. So I just want to really like focusing on the R part, more importantly than the whole sound, the or. So these endings then are the passive equivalents of ost, mustis, ent. In the passive, there are rist, ter, mer, many, inter. So practice those, saying those with me. Are, rist, ter, mer, many, inter. 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 All right, so hopefully you feel slightly comfortable now that you've said those a few times. And your homework tonight, so our homework is to memorize these endings. And you have a few options in how you choose to do that. So option 1 is to write them 10 times. Option 2 is to chant them for 5 minutes. So for 5 whole minutes, set a timer and just say your endings over and over and over again. I know that sounds super fun. But these are 2 different ways. So if you are a visual person, write it 10 times each. If you are an audio person, you really like to hear things, then chant them for about 5 minutes. And so come in tomorrow with these endings down so that we can start building some verbs with them. Again, those are rist, ter, mer, many, inter. Rist, ter, mer, many, inter. Gratias, Tivi. Thank you.